Good morning, my dear students. How are you? Okay, so in the last class, we were discussing about the newspaper. So now, let's recollect the important points, okay?
Newspaper is the pioneer in the field of mass media. The first newspaper was published in Britain in 1702. It became popular in the 1890s. The primary function of newspaper is to provide news of all kinds. Statesman wants to know the latest developments in the political sphere. Businessman wants correct information about market condition. Common man has a natural curiosity to know about everything. A successful newspaper caters to the needs of all kinds of readers.
Okay, children, do you want to know more about newspaper? Okay, so let's move on to our chapter. Take out your textbook and read carefully, okay?
Besides being informative, newspapers possess literary values too. They contain articles, commentaries, book reviews, stories, poems, biographies, etc. The editorials and lead articles in a newspaper exert much influence on its readers. They form and mold public opinion. Businessmen can advertise in the newspaper and thus reach their customers. The press has a sacred responsibility. Its news and views should be true and impartial. The press also serves as a platform where the reader can express his individual and independent views on any burning issues of the day. The newspaper updates our knowledge of the world around us, but we should not blindly believe everything that is printed in the newspapers. News stories may at times be exaggerated or distorted. Yet, the newspaper has a very significant role in promoting national integration.
Now, it's your turn to read the text silently. So while reading the text, don't forget to underline the unfamiliar words, okay? Children, now tell me the unknown words that you underlined.
First word, distorted. Distorted means to give a false or misleading account of. For example, in their articles, journalists sometimes distort the truth. Coming to the next word, exaggerated. Exaggerated means to go beyond the truth in describing something. For example, the report of the accident is slightly exaggerated. Next word, integration. Integration means to include as a constituent part or making whole. For example, they were keen to integrate their new skills into the performance.
Now I will ask you a few questions, okay? So are you ready? Okay. So the first question is, why do the firms advertise their products in newspaper?
Newspaper provides information about market conditions. A newspaper exerts much influence on readers and customers. That's why the firms advertise their products in newspapers.
So coming to the next question, why is it said that the press should remain true and impartial?
The responsibility of the media is very great. Any flaw on their part may adversely affect the public and government.
Now, here is an activity for you, okay?
Write a newspaper report about an accident that took place on the main road in your town. Children, do you know how to write a newspaper report? Okay, so while writing a newspaper report, you should include the following things. Firstly, headline. Headline is a short, attention getting statement about the event. Then, lead. This has all the what, who, when, where, why of it. The writer must find answer to all these questions and write them into the opening sentence. Explanation. Here, other details and information the reader might want to know should be included. This section can also include direct quotes from witness and bystanders. Here is an example for you. Injured in vehicle collision at Palakkad Road, Palakkad, 10th June 2014. Two men were injured on Palakkad Road yesterday when a motorist failed to see an oncoming car. Ravi, 34, didn't notice the Maruti Zen car driven by Krishna Kumar because he was distracted by a noisy wedding procession on the road. Both the men were immediately taken to District Hospital Palakkad. Eyewitnesses say that even though Krishna Kumar tried to avert the situation by applying brakes, it didn't help. Though he has escaped with minor abrasions, Ravi had to bear the full brunt of the impact. He has a broken nose and an injured shin bone. Both the men are recuperating at the hospital.
I will give you another homework for you.
While reading newspaper, you might have come across very interesting and informative headlines. You may now collect some newspaper headlines and examine their important features. Fill in the columns given below. You may use some of the words given in the brackets: catchy, informative, simple, humorous, impressive, accurate, emotional, touching, etc. One example is given here. Please do fill the rest of the columns.
So children, this is all about today's class. Don't forget to write your homework, okay? So we will meet soon. Okay, thank you.